Hello and a very warm welcome once again to Le Grand Dome in Paris, where you join us for the 10th session of boxing in the European Olympic qualification event in the sport of boxing. We're at the quarter-final stage in all of the weight classes that we are going to observe in this evening session. We're in Ring A for the Boksör Yvette, some 26 kilometers southwest of the French capital is the location for Le Grand Dome. And quite simply, every winner tonight will be on the plane to Tokyo 2020 later this summer. It's the women boxers who hold center stage, including Caroline Dubois, who eliminated the tournament #1 seed and #1 ranked boxer in the world. She now 1 win away from a place at Tokyo 2020. Her brother is boxing later tonight, Lauren Price, the world #1 from the United Kingdom as well. But quality all the way throughout the card, the one exception being the men's 52 kilogram, well, I say exception, not in terms of quality, in terms of Olympic status, because the 52 kilogram flyweight boxers already secured their Olympic berth at the Copper Box in London in March of last year. So we're at the quarter-final stage, and in every weight class outside of 52 kilograms, the winners will be on the plane to Tokyo 2020. So the stakes incredibly high ahead of these contests. We're going to kick things off in the women's 51 kilogram flyweight division. My name's Ronald McIntosh. I'll be your lead commentator for this 10th session of boxing, and Alex Arthur, our expert analyst and co-commentator, just give us a sense of what the athletes will be experiencing, knowing that they are so close yet equally so far away from Tokyo 2020. The prize, a place in the Olympic Games, if they are able to prevail.
Well, Ron, we all know that I'm never really lost for words or things to say, but on this occasion I'm going to remain pretty speechless, because I can't even imagine how some of these athletes feel right now. The anxiousness, nerves, trepidation, and just an overwhelming want to get on with it just to secure this spot must be unbelievable right now.
There is the tournament #1 seed, the second-ranked boxer in the world, Buse Naz Çakıroğlu. She's the boxer from Turkey. Her opponent, Yulia Apanasovich'i from Belarus. One of 4 women on a 10-strong Belarusian boxing team. 24 years of age from Gomel. She comes in as the reigning European Championship bronze medalist, but there is the tournament #1 seed, Buse Naz Çakıroğlu, World Championship silver medalist, and there is Apanasovich'i. Jeffrey Verhoeven of Canada is the 3rd person in the ring. Just a reminder that the 10-point must system is in effect, and the 5 scoring judges using it are from Sri Lanka, Uzbekistan, Jordan, Indonesia, and the United States of America. So 21 boxers started out in the women's 51 kilogram flyweight division. We're at the quarter-final stage. 6 women will qualify, so the winners will go through to Tokyo 2020. That is what is on the line in this opening bout here. Bout number 213 overall in the European Olympic qualification event. So we're underway then. Both of these boxers competing in their second bout of this European Olympic qualification event, but their opening bouts took place in London over a year ago. See Buse Naz Çakıroğlu, the Turkish boxer, such a relaxed operator. Second in the most recent World Championships in Ulan-Ude in Russia in 2019 at 51 kilograms, and she is incredibly patient, but so too is her opponent, Apanasovich'i, as she got through with a good right hand against the southpaw. But this, a battle of natural counter-punches.
Yeah, always tough. It can either be a great spectacle or it can be pretty sore on the eyes, but it started off pretty impressively. Apanasovic landed a beautifully well-timed right cross, which of course against the southpaw is apparently the pet punch that you should use. The right hand, straight right hand lead down the middle. And I've noticed, Ronald, and it always does make me feel a little bit uncomfortable, and it's boxing's a very individual sport, and it's another lovely right hand, and every individual athlete to themselves. But Apanasovic, to me, looks like she has running shoes on, which always scares me a little bit when I think of the possibility of going over on your ankle. Yeah, don't really like that much.
Low cuts indeed, but she's comfortable as she gets through with another right hand during that forward foray.
Well,
an untidy tangle ensues.
In terms of the first minute and a half, for me, she is the one in control here. She's landed the better shots. She's been more active.
Remember, it's been a long wait for these boxers. Apanasovic just feinting with that backhand, comes forward once again. And Çakıroğlu looking to counter off the rope. She did spin out to the space of centering effectively, switching her feet. But in this battle of counter punches, Çakıroğlu hasn't yet found her range with any consistency.
No, she hasn't, and her feints aren't being answered either by Apanasovic here. She's tried to feint Apanasovic on a couple of occasions and she's not got a response, so that always makes it very difficult for a naturally reflex-based boxer. If they're not getting a response, sometimes they find themselves waiting a little bit too long. And of course, what Apanasovic doesn't want to do is throw single shots, because it will then give Çakıroğlu the opportunity to counter her with regular ease. So you'll see a lot of 2, 3, 4 punches from Apanasovic here if she wants to be successful in this bout, Ron.
Well, in the final 30 seconds of the round or so, Çakıroğlu just beginning to find a range, just as she did there, stepping in with the right hand and then behind her southpaw left. But is that strong conclusion to the round going to be enough to overcome the stronger start to the round made by the boxer in blue?
Yeah, well, you know, there was shots traded as well, so Apanasovic did get her own shots off. But for me, the girl in blue certainly picked up that first round, although it was very, very close. For me, she'd done the better work.
That's an example of how Apanasovic was able to will her way forwards. But it's a 4-1 split in favour of Çakıroğlu, and one suspects that strong conclusion to the round has been enough to turn it in her favour.
Well, that one individual judge who scored it for Apanasovic was watching the correct round for me.
So into the second round then, this a battle of reigning European Championship medalists, as Çakıroğlu looking to continue the strong conclusion she made to the first round. Now again with live scoring in evidence here at the European Olympic qualification tournament. Apanasovic will be aware that she's conceded the opening round on a 4-1 split. She's trying to come out more aggressively, but of course that can play into the hands of a reflex boxing counter puncher. As Çakıroğlu, hands down by a belt line, watching, waiting, caught on the ropes, and maybe ate a single shot before turning the tables on her opponent. Oh, beautiful three-punch combination. Çakıroğlu at her best in microcosm. And even when she was pinned, when she was on the ropes, look at how she used her feet to turn the tables and got the better of the exchange.
Fantastic boxing there, it really was. Çakıroğlu showed her class there, her reflexes. Like a cat, really. Unbelievable stuff. She's starting to look a little bit comfortable now. Maybe not so much at this particular second, but prior to this she looked like she was starting to find her way. She's very much a reflex-dependent boxer, and her rhythm depends on her controlling the tempo.
She's doing that wonderfully now, moving away to her left, causing the boxer in blue to fall short, and then she ran her onto a ramrod right jab out of that southpaw stance. Terrific punch picking from the woman in red through the first half of this second round.
Really is.
Mention the fact that this is a battle of reigning European medalists. It was a bronze medal up at 54 kilograms for Apanasovic in Madrid in Spain 2 years ago. Çakıroğlu took top spot at 51 kilograms in that same tournament. So highly decorated boxers.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Heaps of experience, but only one of them will go through to the Olympics as a victor in this contest. But it's not the be-all and end-all if you lose, because there is a box-off. There will be a box-off between losing quarter-finalists, because 6 women scheduled to go through. So the winner of each box-off from each half of the draw will join the winning quarter-finalists in Tokyo. But it's a longer route to the Olympic Games. Both of these boxers will be telling themselves effectively that there's no tomorrow, putting that extra pressure on themselves in a bid to make it through to Tokyo 2020 at the first conceivable opportunity.
Yep, there is no doubt about that.
Terrific right-left once again from Çakıroğlu.
The mindset of Olympic boxers and top-class boxers in general, that is the way that their mind works.
Nice right hand landed by
fantastic quality.
Apanasovich'i.
Wow, beautifully timed counter right hook as well there by Çakıroğlu on the bell. Almost.
Terrific skill in evidence, but for my money, it's Çakıroğlu who took the first round on a 4-1 split, who was the boss in that second round. How will the judges see it? I think it should be unanimous in her favor.
Without a doubt.
She really did find her range with consistency during the course of that second round. Not a great volume of punches, but so accurate with her work.
Yeah, well, she really was, and there was one occasion, if they catch it, there's that beautifully timed just before the bell, that right hook counter before they retire to the stools. There you are, Ron.
Confirmation of a 10-9 clean sweep in favor of Buse Naz Çakıroğlu, the number 2 ranked boxer in the world, in a commanding position now, leading 20 points to 18 for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. The other observer has it 19 points apiece. So as we go into the third and final round, Yulia Apanasovich'i of Belarus, the boxer in blue, has got it all to do to overturn a 2-point deficit on 4 of the 5 scorecards, and she's coming forward, landing that backhand effectively. Looking to box off the ropes was Çakıroğlu, but during that trade-off, Apanasovich'i enjoyed some success, and she lands with the left hand once again during that forward foray. And she will keep punching, because in the contest that she boxed in London, she prevailed over the boxer from Lithuania with a 3rd round stoppage. It was a good aggressive display of hands-down boxing, just as she's doing now, but she does have the tenacity, but she's walked onto a right hand there, but she does have the tenacity and the consistency to force a stoppage deep into the 3rd round.
Yep, she's got great punch volume as well, but the difficult thing is Çakıroğlu's movement, and how slick she is, and how good she is at anticipating the judgment of where her opponent is while she's trying to attack her. You can see that she clearly does this on a daily basis in training, Ron.
And just was interested to see the body language. We talked about the tenacity of Apanasovich'i, but just a few moments ago she was spun around as Çakıroğlu spun off to her right, then Çakıroğlu employed the same move again. Just look at how confident she is in her timing and her reflexes to evade the offense from the woman in blue. And just for a moment, Apanasovich's shoulders appeared to drop, cutting just a little bit of a frustrated figure as she was made to miss rather badly. But the boxing ring, no place to feel sorry for oneself. She's got to remain focused on the task, but what a difficult one it is to try and pin down a fleet-footed counter-puncher like this. Terrific 1-2 combination off the back foot
really
from Çakıroğlu.
Outstanding stuff, Ron, really, wasn't it? Beautifully timed. Judged the distance of her opponent perfectly before dropping in those lightning quick punches there. 2 shots back to back, both scoring shots.
And scoring with that straight-armed left, which she whipped upwards, but there's a pile-driving right cross landed by Apanasovich'i. Good chin demonstrated by Çakıroğlu, got herself away from the corner, but she goes straight to the neutral corner on the other side of the ring, remaining confident in her reflexes and her ability to evade the punches from the woman in blue, as she scored with 2 shots without reply once again. Closing seconds of the 3rd and final round, and you have to credit the desire of Apanasovich'i, because of course you'd expect nothing less with an Olympic place at stake. Jolting right jab landed by Çakıroğlu. Arcing right hand around the corner scores for Apanasovic. But Çakıroğlu has just proved to be too difficult to pin down and tag cleanly.
Yeah, at this point, it's just been a bit of a scouting mission, hasn't it? But in the end, I think we've seen the victor there running the red. Pretty much controlled the pace and the tempo of the bout throughout. Despite the fact that Apanasovic put up such a great effort. But that is two world-class Olympic-style boxers there that we've seen compete against each other. And in my opinion, both deserve to be at Tokyo.
Remember, all not lost for the loser of this bout. There is a box-off scenario because 6 women will qualify from the 51-kilogram division. Let's get the official verdict, which should see the woman in red going through to the final 4.
Bout's results. The winner on points by unanimous decision. In the red corner, representing Turkey.
What a wonderful moment in the career of Buse Naz Çakıroğlu. The woman from Trabzon in Turkey is through to the Olympic Games. A highly decorated career can now add the mantle of Olympian. After a very good performance indeed. It was a competitive first round, but once she was given a 4-1 split in that round, but then once the contest could resume from that point, she was in complete control.
She certainly was. I had her winning the first round quite comfortably. For the first minute and a half, she dominated, and she traded blows brilliant towards the end with Çakıroğlu. But then again, you know, it's not the way the judges seen it. The second and third round, however, were pretty much one-sided, and Çakıroğlu done exactly what she had to do to get that victory.
So as Çakıroğlu through to the Olympic Games in Tokyo later this summer, Yulia Apanasovich'i enters the box off here at Le Grand Dome in Paris.